In this brief video, I want to demonstrate the difference between the Market Watch and a Hotsheet. The Market Watch and a Hotsheet are very similar to what you used to call the Daily Bulletin. First, let's talk about the Market Watch. On the Market Watch, you can see that you got price decreases, new listings, and status changes here. Underneath it, you've got property types, starting with cross property, which is all property types, and then the individual property types below it. Then over here on the right, you've got the different time periods, 24-hour period, today, 3 days back, and 7 days. And below that, you have customize. If you're going to use the Market Watch, I definitely encourage you to customize this, because if you don't, you're getting the entire MLS, all 3 MLSs, Windsor, Sarnia, and Chatham-Kent. So you're going to probably want to customize this to your MLS. So simply click on Customize. And as you'll notice, I'm doing cross property first. So with cross property, you can choose whatever property types you like. If you want them all, or just certain ones, just pick the ones you like. If you want them all, then you don't need to pick any of them, because without any of them picked, it'll just assume you want everything. Now, if you want all of them except for, let's say, business, then you could pick business and say not. And then you'll get everything but not business. But in this demonstration, I just want to show all property types. Next, probably the only other thing you're going to want to do is choose your major area, which would be your MLS area. So in this example, I'm going to pick Windsor-Essex. I want everything that changes prices, changes status, or is a new listing in that major area. After that, all I need to do is save. Now you can fine tune this down to more municipalities or districts or sub-districts or cities, but I think most of you will probably want the entire Windsor-Essex. So I'm going to hit save. And that's pretty much it for cross property. Now, if I also want to have one for residential, I'm going to want to do the same thing. Pick residential, go to customize, and do the same thing. But this time I don't need to pick my property types because I'm already in on residential. So I'll just need to come straight to major area and pick Windsor-Essex again. Then scroll down to the bottom and hit save. And then if I want other property types like condos or farm or multifamily or vacant land, just pick that, go to customize, and choose your major area again. So the Market Watch is pretty straightforward and simple to do. Most of us will probably just use the Market Watch. But as I want to demonstrate here next, the Hotsheet. The Hotsheet is pretty cool too. But you'll notice here, instead of types of changes, I'm having property types here. And we give you one for each property type. But you can have as multiple property types. A total of 10 in here, but all 10 could be residential. Half of them could be residential, and the other half could be, let's say, condos or farms or whatever you like. So if you're going to use the Hotsheet, you definitely want to use the Customize button again on this one, because if you don't customize it, you get everything. So to simply customize it, just click on Customize. Next, let me kind of demonstrate the power behind the Hotsheet. Since I can have multiple property types of the same one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick on residential. Over here, you notice I can move it up, move it down. I can add another property type. I can rename it. I can edit its criteria, and of course I can delete it. But I'm going to edit its criteria. Now the Hotsheet is a little bit different. It's more specific, and since I can have multiple ones, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go deeper than just Windsor-Essex over here. In this case, I'm going to pick a municipality such as Windsor, LaSalle, Tecumseh. And then I'm going to save this. Now since I did that, and since I can have multiple residentials, I'm going to probably want to have to rename it. And then over here, I'm just going to shorten the res part and put in Windsor, comma, LaSalle, and Tecumseh. Now this is just an example. You can do any municipalities, or cities, or subdistricts that you like. Now I want to have a second residential one. This time I'm going to hit add because I don't have another residential in here. So I'm going to add another residential and save it. I'm going to want to customize this because if I don't, it's the entire three boards of realtors combined into one. So I'm going to hit edit criteria. Now this one, I'm going to do Amherstburg and come down to the bottom and save it. And since I've changed it, I'm going to rename it just like my first one, shorten res, and put Amherstburg after it, and then save it. Now let me move it up next to my other one. And just one more, just to show you. Since I can only have 10 property types here total, I can now eliminate any that I don't need, such as business, industrial, commercial, vacant land, multifamily or farm, and I'll just leave it at that there. But I want to add just one more residential. Oop, this changes to residential. Let's save it. And now that I have it here, I'm going to want to edit its criteria. Otherwise, it's going to be everything. But this one, I want it to be area 20. I think you know where I'm going with this. I just want to show you that with the market, with the hot sheet, you can be more specific on a particular area of town where the market watch I couldn't. So I'm going to rename this one, shorten it, and save it. Okay. Now, I also want to show you that this down here, restore system defaults, will send everything back to the way it was when you first came in here. So don't do that one unless you want to wipe it clean. I'm just going to choose done. Okay. Now you can see my hot sheet. Because the hot sheet functions different from the market watch, now I've got one specifically for one municipality or area here, where here I have a hot sheet, but I can only have one hot sheet, so I have it in the entire MLS areas, but it's broken down by types of changes. Here I've got specific areas, and when I click on it, it'll take me into that specific areas, and then here now you can see I've got different types of changes. So it's almost the same thing, it's just laid out a little differently, or maybe opposite if you would. But they both can be very, very useful, and I hope this demonstration helps you. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.